Okay, so now that we've got this done, we've got to work on the ossicones. I hope I'm saying that right. Who knows? Maybe I'll just call them horns for this video. But I actually had to Google to find out what those were called. They're not horns. But anyway, so now before we can do the rest of the face and put it together, we have to work on the horns and get those sewn together so we can add them to the face. So we actually have 8 of these pieces, and then we have 4 of these. So what we're gonna do is put these together, and we're gonna do this 4 times, and we're just gonna stitch down one side. So we're gonna do it 4 times, once on each of these individual pairs. So here's my other one. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we will attach them to this part. So let's start with these, and we'll sew those on. Okay, so I've got all 4 of these sewn just on the one side. So what we need to do is go in and clip the edges so that they open better on all 4 of them. Then we're gonna open them. I wanna show you guys that, look, I just stopped sewing about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And the reason why is because when we open it up, it makes it have a flat edge. If we were to sew clear to the bottom, when you open it, it's gonna have it's gonna look like that. So if you don't sew quite to the bottom, you can actually have a flat opening like that, which makes it easier to add these. So once you have clipped your ends, we are gonna open them up like that, and then we're gonna add this with the flat edge. We're gonna add it to the bottom just like this. Just line up the tip, and then we're gonna sew straight across there. So do that to all 4 of them, and then we'll sew it. Okay, so I've got all of these pinned. One thing I want to mention is make sure that right in the middle, your seam, since it is a curved seam, even though we didn't sew clear to the end, we want to make sure that it's open all the way. Make sure that you've got it open so that you don't get a weird bunch there. We don't want to we don't want to sew it closed with your seam only half open. So make sure that's open all the way, and then we're just gonna go straight across, just like that. Okay, so now that we have stitched all 4 of these together, this is what we have. And there's 4 of those. What we're gonna do is bring back our face, and see these little bumps? They line up perfectly with this little notch taken out of this side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 of them, and we're gonna pin it just like that, and we are gonna sew this on. Now, we're not gonna sew across and down, we're just gonna go across this bump. We're gonna leave the rest of it open. We just want this bump to be sewn. So just start right here at the 1/4 of an inch line, and we're gonna go down and follow it around and go across. So we're gonna do that on both sides. Okay, and see what we did? We just stitched along this line. because what we're gonna do is when we add the face and the back piece together, what's gonna happen is we're gonna pull these out, and we're gonna stitch all along here, and then the two right sides together up and around like this. Then when we're all done, we can poke these out and they will stick straight up, and you can stuff them right from the while you stuff the face. So it makes it so that they will stick up all on their own if we do it this way. But so we just did those seams, and then let's set this aside for a minute and we'll start working on the back of the face.